In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to use the Events Guide. Now, this is a guide that allows you to discover and share healthy events and activities that are going on in your community. To open it up, hit the arrow icon and then hit these little tickets. What comes up is a list of events that are going on around you. Now, the list gets kind of long, so you have the option to sort it by category. Say I'm interested in some holiday entertainment, for example. I can select that and I just see the items that are holiday related. This one looks good to me, so I click on it, and at this point I got more information about this event. I can click here to call, and that will happen automatically with this phone. Or if I go back to the information page, I can click here to get directions from right where I am standing. Now, if I click the back button, you'll see one more thing. If I have an event that I know about that I would like to share with other users of this system, I can add that fairly easily by clicking here. Now all I need to do is enter the date, the name, and a few other pieces of key information about my event, and I scroll to the bottom and I click on Save. This gives all of the ACHESS users a chance to participate in my event. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to use the Meetings application. Now, this application can help you find AA meetings that are nearby, no matter where you are. So to open this app, click on this arrow icon and then click on this little coffee cup icon. When it opens up, you've got a choice. You can either find AA meetings that are nearby your current location by clicking on Find Me using your phone's GPS, or you can type in a place in this field and then click on Show Map. I've typed in Peoria, and here we go. Now we've got the results for AA meetings in Peoria. Now each one of these can be clicked on, so if I select one and then I click on the name of it up top, I can get more information. I can get the phone number, and I can dial this phone number simply by clicking on it. I won't call right now, but if I want, I can jump back to this card and I can get directions to this meeting. Now I can either get directions from where I am currently or from any place that I specify by typing it right up here. Hit Get Directions, and I can see the turn-by-turn version of the directions, or I can click on Map, and then I can see how I can get from where I am to where the meeting is. The high-risk location service is designed to provide you with support when you are detected to be nearby a place that perhaps you should not be. These are places that you've identified. Examples might be a place that you used to hang out and use drugs, or a bar you used to frequent. In order to use this service, the first thing you need to do is ID a few locations. So you do that by tapping on My Settings, and then you tap on High Risk Locations. Now I've already got a couple in here. If I wanted to add another one, I click on Add Location, and say I used to hang out often at the Harmony Bar. All I have to do is enter the name, a street address, and then I tap on Save. It's been added to my list. Now, later on, if the system finds that I am nearby the Harmony Bar, I might see this screen pop up. If I see this screen pop up, it means that the GPS in my phone has detected that I am nearby one of my high-risk locations, in this case, the Harmony Bar. Now, what this screen is doing is offering me a couple of options for support. First one here is to send text messages to one or more of the friends I have in my support network. Here we've got the option to call people in my support network. In my case now, I am not in a place where I want to let anybody know, so I am just going to tell ACHESS how I am feeling. And I feel like I can just have one drink and get away with it. So what happens next is that ACHESS makes a few suggestions for me. In this case, this would link me up with the meeting locator, or if I wanted to right away listen to some advice about how to deal with urges, I would click here. Once a week, every week, ACHESS sends me a survey to fill out. It's a brief 10-item survey, and it sends me a text message with a link to the survey. As is usually the case, this time when I first received the text message, I wasn't able to take the survey, but now I am. So I can just open my text messaging application, go back to the reminder, and then open the survey. And the first two questions involve whether or not I have relapsed. In my case, I have not. But if I had, I would have the option to have a report sent to my counselor letting them know. More about that later. Now, this survey consists of 10 items. In my case, I'm doing fairly well with all of these except sleep. So I'm going to say that I haven't been sleeping very well. No real problems with depression, urges, or relationships. Once I've got all the sliders in place, I click on Continue. And there are 5 more items for me to look at. In my case, I'm fairly confident that I can stay sober. I have been going to meetings fairly often, involved in church. One thing that's been missing from my life, though, is involvement with outside activities, so I'm going to put a 2 there. And I've been getting good support from family and friends. I can agree to share these results with my counselor. Now, my counselor has set up, via their own web portal, their preferences. They can choose to receive reports if I have certain scores that are above or below thresholds that they've determined, whatever information they find useful. In my case, I'm going to share my information and go on. And now that I have submitted my results for the survey, ACHESS has a few recommendations to address those problem areas that were identified. I can click here to use the events guide to find something going on in my area that might be fun to do, or I can click here to listen to some guided relaxation. One last thing I can do is actually take a look at this chart, which displays the history of my weekly check-ins. In this case, things are looking pretty good over the last 10 weeks or so. What you want to see is the red line going down, because that represents risky situations, and the green line is representative of protective factors against relapse. And as I alluded to before, my counselor has access to all of this information online, should I choose to share it.